say times I can be misunderstood. Yeah. There'll be good days and bad days, like the preacher said it would. All I ask is you will try loving me. All I ask is you will try loving me. 'Cause loving me ain't easy.
What's going on, and welcome to Black Kings Free Game. It is your boy, the People's Champ, King Conda in the building. And I present to you someone that hails from Atlanta, Georgia. He is running for the Lieutenant Governor's seat, Mr. Richard Wright. Now look.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Hey, sir. And how are you today?
I'm blessed and highly favored.
I know that's right. And you're visiting us today from Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes, from hot Atlanta.
Hot
It
Atlanta.
hasn't been hot lately.
Yeah,
middle temperature.
Well, it was hot today, and it was even hotter because somebody's hot breath has been bothering me since the beginning of the day, and that is the candidate Corey. What's your last name? No, I'm just Corey Foreman in the building, y'all. Give it up for Corey.
A round of applause.
I appreciate the round of applause.
Hey, look, it's
you smell like
always
a lip.
good to have you, though, Corey. For real.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
It's
you.
always good to have you, and we appreciate you always being in Liberty County and showing the love. Now, that's something that a lot of people recognize now, because it is a big state, and it is a big area to cover. But when you stop by just to show some love, when you know that you have a way to do it, it speaks volumes.
Listen, I got a lot of love to give.
Yes, sir. Now, before we get into it, we always ask everyone how their week is. And since we're going to begin talking with you, because we want to get to know who you are, we're going to start with Mr. Foreman. Mr. Foreman, how's your week been?
It's going good, man. Been busy, in the primaries. If you haven't voted, you need to go vote. Once again, you need to go vote.
Yes.
The primaries in, I think, the 25th, and then your last day to vote is May 19th.
May 19th.
Yeah, May 19th.
Yeah, get out there, get the polls, vote Corey Foreman, Maybe throw one to Richard Wright.
Look, you hear him? So let me ask you something. When this is not your first campaign, is it?
First big campaign. I ran for city council in Garden City, and then my name was on the ballot in Chatham County for Board of Elections.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what do you see the biggest difference is from this campaign, the difference between that one and this one?
I mean, just the job title changes. The job description. City council isn't state senate, and state senate ain't city council. But more people. I go from, I think in District 5 in Garden City it was about 1,500 registered voters to now we have 135,000 registered voters. So it's a big numbers difference.
And it's very weird because you know those numbers. So I'm going.
Hey, I'm on my game, man.
I see that, Mr. Foreman. I see that.
Yeah,
but
man.
no, we do appreciate you coming in and stopping in and showing love today. And also, this is how I met Mr. Wright. So we're not going to leave that out. We appreciate you bringing that to the forefront.
Let me tell you about him before you even start talking to him.
Go ahead.
This brother, I met him about a year ago, and I promise you, out of all the candidates running in the state of Georgia, this man blows my phone up all the time. If he even thinks about coming to Savannah, he's always calling, "Hey, man, what's going on?" So today, he called around 4:30 talking about, "Hey, I'm almost there." I thought this dude was already here this whole weekend, but he just popped in. But I will say he is here all the time.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes. Well, we appreciate you stopping in on Liberty County. And I wanted to know, where are you from originally?
I was born in North Carolina, and I moved to Atlanta in 1997. Moved with my GED, and I moved here to be a rapper.
You moved to Atlanta to be a rapper?
To be a rapper.
Give us something.
Wow.
Yes, I had it all planned out. I was going to come here and get signed by Jermaine Dupri or Organized Noise, Rico Wade, RIP Rico. And I was going to be an international superstar.
Wow.
And if that didn't work, I was going to walk on Georgia Tech's basketball team and go to the NBA.
So we had dreams on dreams on dreams, and apparently talent, huh? So we was that good. We was dunking on it. What?
I had more basketball talent than rap talent.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got you.
had more basketball talent than rap talent, and it was an interesting experience moving down here. It was my first real time away from my mom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only child, raised a single parent home with my mom.
Okay.
And it was just a leap of faith. I said, you know what, my cousin, he was already down here. It's all his fault. It's all his fault.
Look, well, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
49.
49.
Yeah, 49.
Okay.
So I moved down, and he was telling me he saw Bone Thugs and Harmony. He told me he saw Lil' Kim. I said I want to be a star too.
Yeah. You
So
say you was in there.
I was in there. So I said I'm gonna move down to Atlanta, become a star, and that didn't happen. That didn't happen. I didn't have no hits.
None?
Not one.
Not even.
Like
What's your best song? If it's inappropriate, you can't say it. But what's your best song?
Best song. I had to think about that one.
Okay, I got you. It's just so many. I got
You
you.
only got one good one.
Well, it was a struggle. We'll say that, but I enjoyed my time doing it. Learned a lot. Coming down here, learned about responsibility and accountability. In my rap career, so it kind of lead me to, my mother prayed me through undergrad. She convinced me into going to undergrads to get my 4-year degree. It was a prayer, because again, I didn't have no career ambitions. I was looking at the camera, I didn't have none.
Well, you had career ambitions. It was just your vision. Well, it was a vision you had.
Yeah.
And you were striving towards a dream. And see, the thing about a dream is, as long as you're striving towards the dream, now you might become a state senator or a lieutenant governor or along the way, because you can still be that rap star.
Yeah.
I don't know, y'all.
Listen,
He's a little too old to dunk.
I don't know. The older you are, the smooth and refined you are. But let me ask you about this, because I know that you are a CPA.
Yes.
You're a CPA.
Yes.
And you got your MBA from Strayer, right?
Strayer, yep.
And you also were on the Small Business Growth Economic Committee, Empowerment. You were you campaign built on that, right?
Yeah. My campaign is wrapped around that. Just being a CPA, I have an intimate understanding of the way finances work. And I think we're going to need that at the state level moving forward. To paint a financial vision for the state that includes everyone from Atlanta to rural area Georgia, from Liberty County to Hall County to DeKalb County, and that's a passion of mine.
Yeah.
We're really helping the small business ecosystem out, bringing economic development south of Macon, and that's going to take working with local officials.
Yes.
And that's something I think that has been a struggle for a lot of Atlanta-based politicians, is being able to come down, speak, talk, and listen to individuals throughout the state of Georgia, because that's where you get the information from. If you live in Atlanta, you don't know what's going on in Liberty County, but if you talk to people in Liberty County, then you know what's going on in Liberty County.
Yes, that's facts, and that's why I commend you for stopping in. I really do.
Yeah.
Now, hold on now. You have some academic experience at Georgetown University in the Law Center. Yeah,
I went to Georgetown Law. I was in the International Tax Program. It was a certificate program that they allowed CPAs to come into. And so I just took the leap of faith, went there, learned a lot. I got humbled a lot as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got humbled.
Dealing with all those lawyers and stuff. Was it by the law or the people?
It was by the exam.
Okay.
Cause see, I was, I've been a CPA since 2010.
Yes.
And worked Big Four. So I said, I got this. I really got this. I didn't have it as well the way I thought I had it. And so I got real humbled by that, and I needed that. I think there's some certain experience in life that you need, and that humbled me, and I was able to kind of grow as a person from it. And you never stop growing in this life. You never should.
Now that's the truth. Hold on, I don't want to knock my thing over trying to get this cord, y'all.
That's the show. Mark gonna fall out the seat in the middle of his own show.
Oh yeah, y'all would laugh at that.
Oh, I wouldn't stop.
I wouldn't laugh. We just met, so I wouldn't laugh.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Get all 7 in. I would if you fail. I'm gonna get. Hopefully, I ain't got no water. No, I'm just playing with you. But you were the CFO of the Georgia Micro Enterprise Network.
Yes, still am.
You still are?
Still are, yes.
Okay, and that's dedicated to the community for the development. So with you being on all these development boards, especially the small business and growth, you are really about that life, huh?
Really about that life, really about growing small businesses statewide. Because we can talk about large businesses, and there's a place to recruit large businesses to come here. And I plan on doing that as lieutenant governor. But to come into a community and really improve the local business ecosystem, I think is what's going to carry Georgia forward.
Okay. And if you would, because I'm unfamiliar with this, Georgia GAJA, GAJA.
Yep.
Georgia Jobs Act, expanding Medicaid to create jobs, support rural hospitals, and the Revenue Act. So you want to expand the Medicaid, and that would create jobs while supporting the rural hospitals. Now, a question about that, because rural hospitals do go unheard a lot.
Yeah.
Because most of those focuses are in the hospitals in the cities.
Yeah.
So to hear you even include that wordage, you know what I mean? That tells that you are about the rural towns that we commonly think that y'all like to forget about if we're not in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Or in Cobb County, and you know?
They're hospitals that are struggling. And the example I use is that, well, if Richard Wright stumps his toe, he's not gonna die.
Yes.
Right? He's gonna go to the emergency room with or without insurance. And so if he doesn't have any insurance and the hospital doesn't get paid, then the hospital still has to pay its employees.
Yes.
Right, from the janitor to the doctor.
Goes,
and that hospital goes bankrupt, closes down, and now we have healthcare deserts throughout the state of Georgia when that happens. And so
we have them now.
Yeah, definitely. And so if we strategically expand Medicaid,
yes,
right, and bring those dollars down from the federal government, but also at the same time recognize that there's a cash flow issues because Medicaid doesn't pay as quickly, as the providers would like to.
That's why they keep dropping them.
Yeah.
Now, I believe that system should be able to be improved.
Yeah.
Because I understand expanding it, making it accessible, right? But it's a lot of things we need to clean up about that accessibility too.
Let's talk about Medicaid real quick, Mark.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Well, hold on. It's a lot of things that can be solved in that area to where it can be expanded for good.
Yeah.
I can see it. But those kinks have to be worked out.
I agree.
To where we can save money at the same time, invest that money that we were losing into the actual programs. Does that make sense? What were you going to say about Medicaid after you answers that?
I was doing more research today, right? And I talk about Medicaid all the time, okay? North Carolina compares very closely to Georgia when it comes to GDP and the money aspect of it, right? When you look at them, North Carolina expanded Medicaid in 2023, okay? We're only like 1 in 10 states that haven't expanded it. Mind you, I think it's the tune of like $10 billion of federal money that could be coming to the state of Georgia for medical expenses, but we don't get that, although we're still paying federal taxes. But North Carolina, the reason I bring that up is looking at the education. So education is funded at a lesser extent in North Carolina, but yet there are 10 rankings ahead of us for education. But one of the things is they're improving, and the numbers show that one of the reasons could be because of Medicaid expansion. Now you have families that don't have to worry so much about health care because they have health care, and you have children that didn't have that health care that now they're able to get health care, all because of that extra insurance. They insured 600,000 people in the state of North Carolina, and we would have 500,000 if we did it here in Georgia. Okay. That's plain stupidity and ignorance for us not expanding Medicaid.
So what's the reason what's their excuse for not expanding it?
My opponent in the state Senate, he chairs the Health and Service Committee. So he's one of the direct reasons when it goes off of that committee floor to actually go out for a vote. And he's also the same reason that goes up there and talks about how bad it is and talks about Georgia Pathways. Now it's a better program.
So, all right. So that's what I'm saying. So for people to understand, right? What's the difference between what is the Georgia Pathways then?
So Georgia Pathways is a program that it's supposed to kind of mirror Medicaid, but on a more state level. The big difference is right now that federal funding is there. All we have to do is say give it to us, and then the state's only responsible for 10%. Okay, so the federal government pays 90% of the cost, state pays 10%. Georgia Pathways, instead of insuring 500,000 people, we insure 11,000 people. That's a very low number compared to what Medicaid expansion does. And then on top of that, the cost for Georgia Pathways, the administration cost is 2 times the actual medical cost. So it's so top heavy, you're paying more for the actual cost of the administration of it than what you are the actual medical expenses. It just makes no sense. And you have a work requirement.
Okay.
So if you're out here in the middle of nowhere, say, you're out in Portal, Georgia, or out in Waltowerville or something, and you don't have a car, you're trying to get a job, or maybe, you just got out of jail, whatever situation happened, right? You were in a situation, you're trying to do better, you're locked into a place that's holding you back because that transportation is between you and a job. If you can't get a job there, Pathways, you have to have X amount of work hours to even get the insurance. So you already don't have the money. You don't have the means of transportation. There's no job readily available to you. And now you're telling me I have to work when I want to work. It's just, I can't. I am trying to get out of my situation to go work, but I can't even take care of myself with health expenses. The system's messed up, man, and Pathways is not the answer.
I got you on that. The system is messed up. I don't see Pathway as being a program, but I'm not familiar with it until I research it. But it sounds like it is top heavy and it's not going to be noteworthy to actually help people. Now, as far as the working part, I know a lot of people that would beg to differ on that being a requirement or not. Because right now, we have a generation of dreamers. Right?
Yes.
So when we get to a generation of dreamers, we see everything, and at first it's all bright and daisy, right? But it took life to settle you in here to where you wanted to help people.
Correct.
And see, that's what we need now. We need some type of direction, not just to influence, hey, no, you can do less. We need people to actually start doing more. I was very pleased to see that we have cursive again in school. Remember, we were getting away from actual education here.
Yeah.
Like, to me, this tablet, having a tablet in school, right?
Yep.
You have an iPad, and the biggest thing that us older 80s babies realize is that all my answers lie on my phone. So here you are giving kids a tablet to where the answers are already built in for them.
Yeah.
Even when you're testing them, there's so many technological ways around beating that type of security that they do have.
Yeah.
And these kids are way more savvy. Everything is figuring it out so that I can dictate my future.
Yeah.
Our standards went lower. I mean, I remember when a 60 was beyond an F in you and our eyes.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. 60.
Yes.
I think this would we look at healthcare just a tad bit, and Pathways it stops at 100% of the federal poverty level. Right, that's a big thing, right? Because say Richard Wright, in the federal poverty level is $15,960 now. So say Richard Wright, who realized his rap career wasn't going anywhere. Right.
And look, he's at lieutenant governor now. That's because God knows what he's doing.
Amen. And so he goes and gets a job, and he's making $17,000 a year. Well, if his employer doesn't offer health care, can't get it there,
and they're gonna sell them short because they don't like giving you. You're not full time, you're part time, and keep your hours at 39 hours.
And benefits are expensive. We'll probably touch on that later in the conversation.
Yes.
And so now he's above the $15,960.
Yes.
So he can't get peach care. And so what's he left with? Either no insurance or ACH. ACA, I'm sorry.
Yes.
And so that's a problem.
And that's Affordable Care Act. That's
Affordable
the Obamacare that people keep saying.
Obamacare. So at the least, we're going to have to really go in and look at, hey, can we
the standards
make the ceiling 300% of the federal poverty level?
So the standards is all right. So that's what I would love to see, because you can't do one without the other. And the way to solve that problem is, okay, we have these standards here, but we see where the mistake is, right?
Okay.
We see that, look, if he makes we got it set at 15, but he makes 17. He still broke as I don't know what. He still can't poke his head above water.
I was broke.
Yeah, we all, bro. We have all been somewhere.
It's a death spiral,
That's how we got here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm in appreciation for it. Look, when I was going through things, kings and queens, when you're going through it, you never think that anything could go right. You never think that moment that anything good will come of me going through this.
Yeah.
And then you go through it.
Yeah.
And then you meet somebody.
Yeah, one of the reasons why I'm running is because just to be an example of this, a lot of times we look at politicians, they walk on water.
Yes.
They've done nothing wrong. And that's really the opposite. So I want to be a person who tells people, hey, I fell down.
Yes.
Made some mistakes.
Yes.
Got back up, made some more mistakes. And so you can do the same.
Yes.
And so that's just that type of message that I bring, because when you're talking to people, a lot of times politicians do like to play perfect.
Yes.
Right. But perfect is not a reality. A person is a reality. And so I want somebody who can resonate with me, and also somebody who believes in pushing and challenging me as well.
Yes.
And I think that has to be part of the conversation with individuals.
And that's exactly what I feel we actually need. We need someone that understands and is going to approach this thing at a logical angle. You know what I mean? And life brings you to that. And I think that a lot of us need to live more life and stop being in fairy tale land, because we get caught up in this illusion. All we see is just.
Yeah, I got caught up. I was telling Corey a story. I know we just met. I don't want you laughing at me too hard.
No. I'm definitely gonna laugh.
Okay.
But go ahead. Let me put water in my mouth. Go ahead.
Okay. I was.
I got you, listen.
I was. This is 2002, ladies and gentlemen. So I was 5 years into my failed rap career, and me and my cousin decided to start a record label. Like we knew what we were doing.
They said, I can't do it, so let's see if somebody else can do it.
Right.
No.
Exactly. So instead of just failing us, let's fail others. All right. So we started a record label, Blazing Mike Entertainment.
Blazing Mike.
Because we blazed mics.
Freezing Mike.
Entertainment. And we moved to Buckhead. Is a very expensive part of Atlanta.
Yeah, Buckhead. I thought if you would have said Bankhead, I'd be like, so he know how the hood is.
On the streets.
We moved to Buckhead.
Oh, excuse me, sir.
And I was making $12 an hour.
In Buckhead.
In Buckhead.
And, well, 2002, $12 ain't bad. Not in 2002.
Buckhead,
Not in Buckhead. It wasn't good.
And my cousin made $10.
So 22 all together.
$22 an hour, right? And so you would think that I was 25, he was 26. You think that we were mature enough to be able to start this record label and halfway do well. Well, what we did was we took our rent money and we bought studio time.
For what?
Well,
oh, well.
Well, go ahead.
I see he's laughing a little too hard.
My bad.
I'm still hurt by this.
I got it. Go ahead.
So what happens when you don't pay rent?
Oh, your stuff get put out?
That's what happened to us. We got put all the way out.
Wow.
Yes, sir. And
out of the place you stayed at?
Out of Buckhead. And out of the booth too. And so I had to.
Hold on. How big a spot did y'all stay in?
It was maybe 800 square feet.
Oh, wow. One bedroom?
One bedroom, yep.
So hold on. You said it was two of y'all.
It was two of us.
Okay.
You know what I told him?
Don't ask, don't tell.
We were just Buckhead. We was cousins. And,
I know. I got you.
It was so.
Mark, I told him, why don't you ask the landlord if you want some studio time?
All right. So go ahead, continue.
And the story gets worse.
Yeah, I figured.
It gets worse. So I was telling Corey, and I don't know why I'm telling Corey all my business.
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
I'm telling him all my business, but I'm telling him my business. So, when I got to the extended stay, you would think that I would work and pay off the apartment.
No, here go the lesson, y'all. Y'all, whenever you hear the whip, that means he's learning a lesson.
Yeah. Well, he done with me yet, 'cause I didn't learn my lesson. It's premature lashes.
Yeah.
I bought a Lexus.
I pressed it too fast, y'all.
Yeah.
You bought a Lexus?
I bought a 2001 ES300.
Oh, yeah, you were clean.
Living at an extended stay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you were clean,
I was
though.
clean. I was clean.
Clean. Was it paid for? You had payment?
It was black on black.
Oh, yeah, you was clean.
It was black
and
on black.
you put mirror tint on it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yep. Did you chrome out the rim?
I didn't chrome out the rim.
You didn't have to do nothing to him.
He was out of money by the time we got to the chrome.
Listen, let me tell you something. Look, Corey might not know hood life. You feel me? But when you got an ES, you said 350?
No, the 300.
300.
Yep.
When you have an ES 300,
Black on black.
Black on black.
Black.
In the hood,
Man.
or anywhere close to the hood,
Oh, man.
and you a black man, you getting pulled over. You getting every chick number that you pull up to, and you also is a hood star, and don't nobody even know who you are. It's, hey, Aaron, what up, big dog? When you step out, you was big dog, did
I was all three.
The man looked like a linebacker.
So I got pulled over a number of times.
See? Yeah.
Like I was still pulling girls at an extended stay.
Yeah. Right now, you know, we down here for a show.
Man, he said, what'd you say? He said, I said the truth.
Yeah, hey, you know, if I pull up on the bus stop, is you walking or you in this ES300? The truth is,
Yeah.
kind of.
Oh yeah, you don't want to take that bus.
Hey, you want to ride with me, don't you?
Yeah.
That's right. It's cool in here. And sometimes see this AC, I ride by with the window down. If you want to feel some of this AC,
Chilling.
yeah. You at the hot bus stop.
Babe, we take the ice bucket down the hallway.
You said 2000 and what?
This right now was about 2005.
2005.
4 or 5 years.
You was gliding with the ES300.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is your boy, the People's Champ, in the building, and we are here with Richard Wright, which is running for Lieutenant Governor, right? And also we have Corey Foreman in the building that's running for a congressman seat.
State, Senate, District 1. We're going to get you right.
I like messing with him.
We're going to get you
He
right.
running from some congressman seat. But today we are learning because we all understand that we all live life. There is a point to where you have to start building and you start realizing who you are and who you're becoming. And at this stage, we have our guy, Mr. Wright.
That's right.
Running for lieutenant governor, but he went to be a rapper. That was in 2002. We all wanted to rap back then anyway.
Yeah, everybody.
But and now it is his story and his climb to the top to be lieutenant governor of Georgia.
Yeah.
Now, this is what amazed me, because I'm gonna get back to that though. You did a lot of schooling, bro. Like I see you got the what they call it, the NAB, NFO, CFO, MBA, NFR. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's
you
not
got
right.
all of the syllables. Oh yeah, that's right. You could have been like, I'm interface, CFO. Get it.
Yeah, listen.
It's not too late.
Not too late.
Look, you've been working on this the micro business. You've been CPA, which means you're good with numbers, right? I see that you were you were working in the community for the growth housing, right? You're also trying to work with the small businesses.
Yep.
So it seems that you have the financial background, right? And then you also have the life and understanding background.
Yep.
And you have the experience of being with the American people and where the positions that the American people have been in before.
Yeah.
And you saw fit to take it to the next level. Why lieutenant governor?
The lieutenant governor is an interesting position that not a lot of people know about, right? So let's do some education, because I think that's very important for political candidates. I think a lot of times we just hand a flyer to you and say, vote for me.
Yes.
And we don't know what we're voting for. And so if you don't know what the position does, how can you hold the position accountable? And I want everybody listening to hold me accountable. Let me look in the camera. I want you to hold me accountable. So the lieutenant governor is the president of the Georgia Senate. It's the presiding officer.
I got you.
And so we get a gavel and we get to hit people. Well, we don't get to hit people with a gavel.
That fake mouth.
That's
Yes.
we
Swung it back.
you know, and so it's a position of influence because we don't get a vote, but we pick the committee chairs.
Yes.
And so it's a very influential position.
You can tie break a vote though, correct?
I believe we can tie break.
Yes.
But it hasn't been a lot of tie breaks since the Republicans have generally, the majority usually votes together.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's very rarely ties to be broken, but yes. It's
So even with that, so right now, our Senate and Congress, right? They're mainly Republican in Georgia.
well, we have the Georgia Assembly, which is the House of Representatives.
Yeah, break it down.
Yeah, that's the House of Representatives, which is controlled by the Republican Party, and it's 99 to 81.
We need 11 seats
we
in the
need 11
House,
seats and
6 seats in the Senate.
It's 6 seats in the Senate, and so right now the Senate is 56 members. So the House is 180 members.
Yes.
Republicans have 99. We have 81. In the Georgia Senate is in the Georgia House is the presiding officer is the Speaker of the House,
Yes.
which is John Burns, and in the Senate is 56 senators.
And I want to know if in the chat right now.
Yep.
I want to know who all knew that the Speaker chair was John Burns. I want to know how many people actually knew that, because y'all didn't know. Y'all know. You would say how I know you didn't know? Because I barely knew that. I just found that out like a few weeks ago.
Speaker Burns.
Yeah. So, but continue. My fault.
So he's the presiding officer over the House, right? And
Kim McLaughlin, thank you for watching. Appreciate you. Bridging the Gap, thank you for watching. Antonita, thank you for watching. All you kings and queens, thank you so much. We're talking to Lieutenant Governor. Look, see how I put the mark on?
Yeah, I see
Richard
that.
Wright
see
is
that.
in the building just to talk about why he's there and what he wants to do. But sorry for interrupting you twice,
no worry.
Bubba. But go ahead.
No worries. And so the Georgia Senate has 56 members.
Yes.
We currently have 33 Republicans and 23 Democrats.
About 24. We'll fix that.
Yeah, we're going to work on that. Definitely get Corey in there. And so they have the majority in the body. And so the presiding officer over the body is the lieutenant governor. And then we have the governor.
Yes.
Right. And so the governor is a shiny object that a lot of people want. Right. And as a party, we haven't had a governor since 98. Right. When Roy Barnes won. And
Oh yeah, Roy. That's right.
when Roy Barnes won, and then
And that was a win?
that was 1998.
98. Go ahead. Yeah.
And then you have the speaker, and so the lieutenant governor is the only other position in the state that has some teeth to it. And so I believe that the right Democrat can win that position, and I believe I'm the right Democrat to do that with a census building effort, visionary leadership that understands that democracy runs on civility. And so that's what I plan on bringing to the table is a kind of a 180 approach from the current lieutenant governor, which is Burt Jones, who's more partisan. I want to have a very deliberate body that speaks for the people and can come together and work for the people. And I plan on leading that effort.
Okay. So, what is one of the things that, as lieutenant governor, what would be one of the first things you do that you would like to see get done as lieutenant governor?
I'd like to see the expansion of Medicaid. That's one that we're just going to have to do. I think we're close. I think we're very, 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 very close to it. I think you just got to have a different leader in there. I think a lot of some of the voices within our party, the Republicans I'm used to hearing. All right, and with a new voice and someone who understands finances, so it's going to be hard to say he doesn't know the numbers. And I plan on going through rural Georgia, just like I'm here, to make the case for the expansion of Medicaid, because it's going to be a jobs act, and that's the way I'm going to frame it, as a jobs act, because I want to bring about 200,000 jobs, mostly to rural Georgia, by helping hospitals, and the way hospitals is to insure people. And so you got 400,000 people, 700,000 people that are in the donut hole. Well, let's fix that. And so if you fix that, then you really stabilize the hospitals. And when stabilizing the hospitals, you also stabilize the local business ecosystem that supports the hospitals. And so you're looking at GDP growth, and you're looking at just something that should have been done. I agree with future Senator Foreman here that's just a critical thing, and that's one thing I plan on working on day one. Will it get done day one? We'll see. I think that I'm going to have emotional intelligence to understand that there's 33 Republican senators, right?
So are we getting into being bipartisan and speaking to the other side to get things done?
That's going to be the 180% difference. And that's how I want you guys to measure me on. I'm not a partisan guy. I don't believe all Republicans are bad. You know, we disagree on some things, but I'm not disagreeable. And so let's start with some things that we can agree on.
Common sense.
What we can agree on is that there should not be any homeless veterans.
Yes.
I think we can all agree on that, right? Well, let's fix that. You know, we have a surplus. Let's apply the surplus. Let's work with Commissioner Ross, she's a veteran, Veterans Commissioner. Let's work with her to make sure that we don't have any homeless veterans. Let's work on our homeless children in the state. And these things
That's
are the
something you don't hear a lot.
Yeah.
That's something you don't hear a lot about is the homeless kids.
Homeless kids, yeah. There's in DeKalb County alone, there's 4,600 people that are in an extended stay, living in extended stay. Study done by Georgia State.
Yeah, well,
that's one county.
You did the study, but
No, I didn't do the
That's
study.
why we're first-hand study.
Listen.
but that's why you understand. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Exactly. So a couple of years ago, I was in that study. And so what are those people thinking and going through? And once their issues are addressed with some personal accountability in it, those are votes, right? And so we have to look at and out of that 4,600 people, 1,600 of them are kids. That's a huge number, and so let's because I don't believe we should have a homeless child, right? No child asked to be here. Right, so let's create places where we can house our children at.
Yes, you don't hear too much about orphanages or anything like that, and a lot of this has to do with, some of these conditions because you have some really, really amazing mothers out there. You really do. And I want to tip my hat off to all the amazing mothers we have in this world and the ones that's doing it by themselves. We have to have the support of family units. And when you encourage great support, I'm not talking about the support that's going to cuss you out just because you are moving too slow.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the support is my focus is my baby and my baby's well-being and not just taking a child away just because somebody is in a bad position, but positioning them together in the right manner. Take them through that program, secure the financial literacy, secure a job, something, and secure all of that and start teaching people how to move forward, man. You can't, first of all, a lot of people, this is what society, I think, believes, or what we think each other believes. I think people just say, no, you need to stop this and take people like this and just strip everything away from people and then tell them to get it from the mud, right? And then you got another side that says, no, just give everybody things free. So then you got this middle that smacks and nobody has common sense. Look, you just can't rip everything away from people just because you don't agree with the system that's been in place.
Yeah.
Right? But you sure can have a process and one that works. Not one that you just give it, because you wouldn't take a team, a football team, right?
Yep.
And say, you know what? I'm just gonna buy y'all uniforms. I'm gonna buy you cleats. I'm gonna buy the ball, and then we're gonna go play the game. No plan. Yeah. I'm gonna spend all the money on you. You gonna look good.
Yeah.
It's gonna look good that I gave you all that bread.
Exactly.
But you know what? We ain't got no plan or no plays. You get what I'm saying?
This is the analogy I like to use. With us as the Republican. Well, I'll start with the Democratic Party. What the Democratic Party does is that they like to go to their boss, and ask for more money, and then use that money to buy a Lamborghini. Right? But not to be outdone,
Yeah.
our Republican friends like to ask for less money, then go home and cut the lights off. Like, you don't need to buy the Lamborghini with more,
Yes.
but we need lights.
Yes.
Right, and so we want to have a balance, right? And so that's one of the things I think that I bring is the financial expertise to provide some policies with some balance to them.
Yes.
That's what we need. You know,
We need balance and structure.
we need some social safety nets, but we also must have individual accountability.
Yes, accountability.
Individual accountability. So those things can live in the same house and comfortably. 3-bedroom, they can live in a 3-bedroom comfortable.
Yes. Yes, of course. And they will be in perfect harmony.
Perfect harmony.
Because I just love it when people start taking instruction, like structure.
Yeah.
We have to have some structure to something. That's it. I think that's the only thing that's really missing, man. I think that's the only thing missing, because I can see that a lot of people be passionate about what they're saying, but then it's just what they're saying without the structure. It's just, now I want this to happen, but however it gets done, it just gets done. It's just supposed to magically appear.
And I think that's where a lot of politicians struggle.
Yes.
Like you paint this almost quasi Christ, like you're gonna come and save someone.
Yes.
Well, you can't save yourself.
Yeah.
All right. Jesus had to come and save us, and
Yes.
so that's not your job to do the saving.
Yes.
Hey, let's craft some programs where the government does have a springboard, not a hamlet, a springboard.
Yes.
And then people jump on the springboard and spring up. And let's get people their GEDs.
Yes.
Right. And hey, let's get people their HVAC certifications.
Trades
Let's
have to come back.
They have to come back, right?
They have to.
The state is acknowledging it. My Republican friends have acknowledged that. Hey, we have a trade problem.
Start in the rural areas. Listen. I'm sorry, y'all. Look, and this is the reason I'm stating that. Okay. When you start in the rural areas, right?
Yeah.
I know in the city areas, this is where I think it happens wrong, because they normally go with the condensed areas first, right? And you're going to see it, but it's going to be so rapidly abused by that time. You get what I'm saying? That you're going to have so many people on the influx that it never really makes it out to the rural.
Yeah.
But if you start out into the rural and work your way back in, guess what happens? You deal with a little bit less people, right? And then you got time to work out the bugs before you're bombarded with everything that comes directly in the city. And by the time it gets to the city, the system is kind of already in place. You had your goods, your downs, you saw the highs and lows of the program, and you got it solidified. Then it gets out to the public better. But if you start in the rural, listen, I mean, you think it sounds unfair. It's been starting inside the central cities for years now. Try it the other way around and see if you get a different impact.
What I would like to do, what I've been doing is coming to rural Georgia all around the state and saying that, hey, you matter.
Yes.
And I think that's an important thing that, we kind of struggle with sometimes, is that just letting Democrats know in rural Georgia that you matter, we care, and I'm here to listen. And so I agree with you. The issue comes is that in a lot of rural areas, the vote isn't there. So that's, I think we at the top of the party can do a lot better job of kind of identifying what the area needs.
Yes.
Not just bring Atlanta to rural Georgia, but bring rural Georgia to Atlanta.
Yes.
Right, and that's where it needs to go. And so, my hope and wish and prayer is that, once I'm in the primary, I can really be that voice for rural Georgia. Right, and at the state level, a very important position is to be that voice. And so then to come back and work with local officials on, hey, what does Midway need? And what does Tifton need? Yes. And I'm going to push back now, because the idea has to be good, and it has to make economic sense. But for me to go in up to the Gold Dome and argue for, hey, I want a trade school in Midway. Let's dedicate X amount of dollars to training X amount of people, and this is what we're going to require.
Yes.
And so just working with the mayor and working with the representatives and county commissioners to kind of get that done from the state level. But gonna have to understand, and I want people to know how just important civility is. All right.
If you also you understand the fact that you got to be here in rural Georgia too, because the state candidates often fail because they realize that the votes are there for the primary in Atlanta. But the second that primary is over and it comes to the general election, them versus that Republican, they don't come out here, and this is where they forgot, and this is where they fail.
Yeah, because we're asking people who we haven't acknowledged, right? We're asking people we haven't talked to go knock some doors.
Well, see, once again,
that's a tough one.
Once again, there's your dilemma is this: when you come out to rural area, there's a stigma on the rural area. It's like, oh, these people are a certain way, so you don't want to even go in their yard, or you know what I'm saying. And I'd be very surprised because upon a campaign that was going on, right? This house that I walked up to on somebody else's behalf was a whole totally different party, and I saw it was written all over the door, and knocked anyway. Had a conversation with that gentleman, and it was more about civility. Yeah, and that person told me, at least, that vote I can count on for that person. Yeah. And the things that it was described was, well, nobody ever comes talk to me about it. Like, and, I don't get any information really about the other candidate than what I see on TV. Yeah. Nobody from their team has ever stopped by here or discussed that. And I even got his number, and I had that candidate call that person, and they had a good conversation, and now they're friends. Yeah. So when it comes back to that civility, that's the part about it, is that we need to be civilized. We need to interact with one another and stop being afraid of this invisible barrier that we put up in our mind.
That's what it is.
Hey, I think it's really an invisible barrier. I think also, when you live in the area, you're concerned about the same things, right? Because their bad roads are your bad roads, right? The economic hardships are not only yours, but they're theirs as well. And so that's the critical part of the conversation, is that you didn't lead with what's going on in Decatur. You didn't lead with what's going on in Alpharetta. Yes. You let, well, hey, let's be civil about this. This is what I want to accomplish for you in your life. And I think that's what I plan on bringing, is that, hey, how can I make your life better? Let's remove the D and the R. And how can I make your life better?
Yes.
And the big thing though is you still can believe in your own values, and you can be a Democrat and you can be a Republican, but I think just listening to each other for a minute and seeing if there's any middle ground. Sometimes there won't be. Like, both sides might completely disagree and there won't be a middle ground, but you will never know that if you can't just stop thinking red and blue for 2 seconds and have a conversation.
Have a conversation.
It's critical.
It's so wild.
Yeah.
Oh,
but I'm a civil guy, so I put up with Corey.
You say what?
I put up with Corey, so I'm a civil guy.
That does take down.
Hey, that, you know what? Right there, you just won it. So, couple more questions. We're not going to keep you long. And you can go ahead and get in your mind, because before we end the program, we always give out some words of wisdom to our kings and queens, just to help them get through the rest of the week or the month. You know what I mean? So get your quote down in your mind. I know Corey's probably already coming up with one, but
I don't need it. It just comes to my mind, Mark. It's just, it's pop.
Just like that. Yeah. Pop. All right. This man's wild.
Yeah, it's wild.
Now, let's jump back before you leave out. You were born where?
I was born in New Haven, Connecticut.
New Haven, Connecticut.
Yes.
And when you left Connecticut, how old were you?
I was 6.
6 years old.
Yes.
Do you even remember Connecticut at all?
A little bit. I remember the snow. I remember we had a dog. That's about it.
He said, I remember we had a dog. I had old Yeller.
That's where it stopped.
Here, Yeller. Come back, Yeller. Best doggone dog in the West. Did you ever watch that?
See, look, hey, he's still producing. We got to get him in the studio.
Yeah, in the studio. I heard that.
Yeah. You hear this beat I got on? But you never seen old Yeller?
I never really watched Yeller like that. I watched Transformers but they used to have the cool cartoons.
You ain't country. Well, you from Connecticut. You might get You seen Old Yeller?
I plead the fifth. That's my right, Mark.
Are we in court?
I plead the fifth.
You going to plead the fifth in court?
This is
I
my
know
government
this
officials, and I
man
plead the
didn't
fifth.
just. Anyways,
Yeah.
y'all. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, they ain't seen
Some of
Old
us are
Yeller.
young Democrats.
Man, get out of here.
Young.
Oh man.
I'm still young too.
Young.
Anyways,
Still young too.
you grew up in Connecticut.
Yeah.
6 years old.
Yeah.
Came here not by way of military, right?
No. My mom moved from Connecticut to Washington, D.C. And so that's when I was in D.C. in the 80s, 83 to 89. So it was a
Chocolate City.
It was
Crack
a
epidemic.
crack epidemic.
Oh,
And so,
man.
my mother said she wanted to get me out of DC, because DC was too big and she couldn't keep up with me. I'm an only child and, single parent. I didn't have my dad. And so she moved me to Rocky Mount, North Carolina. So it was her hometown. She was from there.
So he was like dude off the wood.
Kind of,
No,
yeah.
I think she pretty.
What the
Mike,
Medicaid expansion?
Big Mike.
Yeah.
North Carolina.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
team.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
might
no,
not
right.
have seen that movie. Anyway.
The wood. Yeah, I seen the wood.
But so you moved to DC, Chocolate City, and she said she had to get you up out of there. Then you went to
Rocky Mount, North Carolina.
Rocky Mountain. Oh, wait. Okay, so you moved from DC to North Carolina.
Yep,
and then from North Carolina,
I moved to Newark, New Jersey.
Newark.
Yeah, I wanted to be.
You went back up north.
I wanted to be a rapper. So me and my.
You tried New York first.
Yeah, I tried New York first. Yeah, at 18, tried because the Fugees came out. So me and my friend, we moved to. I told you.
La, la, la.
Yeah, exactly. So Fugees came out. We didn't go to the city. We moved to Newark, and so we moved with his uncle, and his uncle put us out 3 weeks into the experiment. So I went back to North Carolina.
Experiment y'all had in y'all head.
Yeah, I had. Yeah, he didn't have the same timeline we had. So,
Hold on. Y'all ain't made it yet. It's the second week.
Third week. Yeah.
Oh, I know. No, that ain't what y'all said. Y'all said y'all were coming down here to rap. And y'all was gonna have a contract, and we were all gonna be millionaires. Now, young buck, you.
And then we was on his couch watching The Lion King too much too.
Wait, man, y'all were rappers watching. What were y'all?
Yeah.
I'ma nag you. Nah, cuz I'ma put that. I'ma nag you.
Yeah,
I'ma
listen.
nag. And then he gonna hold it up, and we gonna start with the circle. He said, start the circle of life, cuz. We gonna rap about the circle of
Life. Mustafa. Ooh. So he put us out of he put us out of his house. He couldn't put us out of Newark.
Oh my
He put us out of his house, and so we went back to North Carolina. We went. They laughed at me a little too hard. Hopefully everybody at home is laughing this hard at my pain.
It's all good.
It was what I went through in life.
Yeah, you good. We ain't laughing. We ain't laughing. We're enjoying the story.
Enjoying the story. So yeah, we got put out of his house. We moved back to North Carolina, and then we had the bright idea that we were going to come to Atlanta.
Then you coming to Georgia.
Yeah, and so we came here, and like I said, 5 years into my rap career, we started a record label. But God is good. That's what I want people to understand.
Hallelujah.
Jesus is real. I'm an example of it.
Yes.
As you
definitely
heard.
are. Because right here, I'm telling you, he's got the MBA. He's a CPA, and also there was another one. I got your master's. You got the master's in.
I got my MBA.
Your MBA.
MBA in management.
In management. Yes.
With Georgetown Law.
Yes, Georgetown Law.
So it's a testimony, isn't it?
Man, you. Well, I know you're telling your story now, but don't forget to share every opportunity you get, because there's a lot of young people out here that needs that encouragement.
Yeah.
Because they're going through life.
Yeah.
The thing is, you didn't give up.
Listen, I dropped out of high school. I couldn't drop out of life.
Yes.
Life was still lifing.
Yeah.
And so that's why I appreciate Atlanta so much. And I ran for mayor of Atlanta.
Oh. Okay.
I ran against Andre and Cassine Reed, and it was a great learning experience because Atlanta, when I didn't pay rent, I deserved to be put out.
Yeah.
I deserved to be put out.
He said, I ain't paying.
I
Learn something new every day. Boy.
I did, and this is just probably maybe 30% of the foolishness I did. It's a lot more foolishness. And so, from sitting for the CPA exam, I had a little money at the time.
Yes.
So I was hanging at the strip club.
Oh yeah. That's Atlanta.
Yeah, I was in Blue Flame trying to be a CPA. So
let me file your taxes.
yeah, listen.
Hey, that's a good spot though. While you playing, but everywhere.
It's so. I failed a couple of parts of the CPA exam, lost the credit for it, went back and took it and failed the exam. And so, I don't know if I said this publicly, but I think Jesus got tired of me. Jesus got tired of me. It had to come to a decision to say, do you want to be this guy who's known in the strip club, or do you want to be a CPA? And that's and sometimes life is is like that. You have to make hard decisions, and I chose to stay away from the club until I got my CPA license.
So we're gonna take a question.
Yes.
And then we're gonna wrap it up. We have a question.
Yes.
And this person says, this is Antoinita.
Yes.
She says, what's one issue in this state that is getting too much attention and one that's not getting enough?
I'll go on the enough is education, right? We have to come to grips with education is a visionary thing, right? Because we have to train our children for the future. And so I believe that we need to start structured learning at 2 years old. All right, so that's why I have a teaching
so right.
terrific 2-year-olds that I want to do. Now I'm a realist and know that, and I got this. I ran it by a president of a chamber of commerce.
Okay.
We was chatting. I just ran it by me. He said, "Well, Richard, I don't like that idea that you're just going to give away no daycare." And I said, "Okay, well, what if I said it's a workforce issue, and we're going to do this for working parents?"
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say that you also must be in a scholastic endeavor.
Okay.
And so working in a scholastic endeavor, that could be getting your CNA, that could be getting your GED, that could mean getting your PhD, right? But this is, a scholastic endeavor. And that way we're taking care of 2 generations, right? We're getting people off of the couch, right?
Yes.
And so when you get off the couch, you pay sales tax. So that's the immediate ROI, right? I got some sales tax dollars.
Yep, rate of return.
Right, but the mom, dad is learning, and I'm an example of how precious education is and what it do for you. And so the parent is getting better, and at the same time, the child is getting better because they're starting learning at 2 years old.
And you know what? Just to add that on as a caveat, right? And I know everybody gonna be like, dang, nah, I'm for real. I do think that whatever they're getting in, right?
Yeah.
And if someone was to say get the dean's list, I believe that they should get a bonus or something to where they're rewarded, like a reward program for maintaining such and such. Like at the end of your schooling, right? If everything's approved and you make the dean's list or whatnot, they get a stipend of maybe $2,000 to, just celebrate them on life and in their endeavor. Like, see, I believe in those support systems, and then, they got to maintain some type of average while they're in school. They just can't be in school and they're like, oh, no, I'm in school, I'm going to take another class. I'm talking about actually keeping track of that, man, because we can get families back on track. And that will make such a huge difference.
Such a huge difference. And I think that we're having a property tax conversation in the state. I think that that's getting too much attention in a sense, because I think that people are upset when they see their dollar spent and there's no return. I think that's what frustrates people about paying taxes, right? If they see the return, then they don't mind paying it. And so with your idea, if we were to say, hey, we're going to put that in Chatham County's schools budget, right? For, hey, we're going to reward the top 15% of kids in the school system, right? I don't think someone who's paying property taxes will mind that, right? And so that's how you connect the dots.
Yes.
Right. And so you can connect that dot and say, hey, listen, this is the reason. This is what we're doing with the property tax dollars that you put into the school system. We're rewarding good behavior.
Yes.
Because life that does. When you grow up, right, when you do good, you get rewarded, right? So let's start rewarding kids early. And I think that's something that I think a lot of people will gravitate towards.
Yes.
But when you kind of see your property tax bill go up, and you look at the schools, and the schools are not performing, you get a little bit frustrated.
Yes,
and
of course.
Same thing with income taxes. When you look at the healthcare outcomes we have, you get frustrated. Look at the transportation, I mean, you get frustrated.
Yes.
Right? And so then you say, heck, I'd rather keep the money than to give Georgia the money, and they waste it.
Yeah.
Right? Or do worse, put it in an account somewhere. Because we have a surplus, and I don't want the money to sit in the government's account. I want the money to sit in my account. Or it be spent with a rate of return that's more than the dollar that I gave.
Yes.
Right? And so when we talk about, things in the state, I think, education is one that we're going to have to, and that's from Atlanta throughout the state, we're going to have to improve on for our kids. And I think that some of the ideology when it comes to the tax questions that were asked, and then that our Senate, and House, friends proposed, I think that they're not looking at it from a visionary point of view. I think they're looking at it from let's get elected.
Yes,
Let's just say
exactly.
That was propaganda.
Yeah,
That wasn't. That was no plan. That was
let's say something we were doing, like we're going to have not going to give you any income tax. Well, they're not going to tell you that you're going to have to pave the roads on Tuesday.
Yes,
They're not going to tell you that part.
exactly. And so I see you said that the one issue that's not getting enough attention. Excuse me.
Yep.
Now, what is one you think is getting too much attention right now?
He hit that. That's
You said property taxes?
Yeah, that's the property tax.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
My fault. Yeah, I didn't
listening
know.
skills. I mean, it's
See? Somebody that hadn't seen Old Yeller. Don't say anything.
yeah.
Listen.
I know where the red fern grows.
Oh, you wouldn't know that movie, but we'll talk about it a while later. Anyways, Kings and Queens, we appreciate you guys, and we're going to leave you with something solid. Mr. Foreman, if you would, could you give the Kings and Queens just some words of inspiration for them to push through the week, and also just show your love? I know you want to shout out some people, especially Morgan Foreman. What's going on? Thank you,
she's
for
a Weight
having
Watcher.
this crazy guy's back. Ms. Morgan Foreman.
Somebody got to do it.
Look, listen to me. Morgan is pretty much amazing the way she keeps up with his calendar.
Yeah.
Has him there on time, having to deal with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
Like he is a character, guys, but he means that he is a sincere and genuine person.
Very much.
That will be passionate with logic for issues that you might have in your community. So hats off and crowns up to Ms. Morgan Foreman. Seriously.
He's the best.
And are you married, sir?
No, I'm not.
Oh,
Not
okay,
yet.
okay.
He's still rapping.
I also have to shout out my queen that is back there on the ones and twos. Baby, I love you, and I thank you for all that you do and all that you're doing. I know I get on your nerves too, and you get on mine. No, I'm just playing. But I love you, woman. And I thank you for working the ones and twos for me today. So, Corey, give our kings and queens some word of wisdom or encouragement.
I got to do it with a lecture.
Do it.
I got to do it. Early voting is now. And voting, let me tell you, Liberty County is not a red and blue issue, but there is an issue, and it's the participation in our democracy. If you are not participating, this is how we get these problems. When we're talking about Medicaid and people dying, these are real issues. And all it takes is for you to take one moment, 1 hour, go out to the poll and vote. It doesn't have to be red and blue, but find somebody. When you see an issue, identify it and find somebody with a solution. But you got to vote. But that's what I got, man. I had to give a quick lecture.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Corey. Mr. Richard Wright going for Lieutenant Governor of Georgia.
Yes.
What would your inspirational be for the Kings and Queens?
I think two things. I'll piggyback with future Senator Foreman
Oh,
said.
you got to leave him on a positive note.
Yeah, I think voting. We were free constitutionally in 1865, and it took us 100 years to get the Voting Rights Act. Right? There's a reason why it took 100 years is because people know how important the vote is. That's how you pick your leaders. That's how you pick the people who are going to govern your life. And so it's critical that we do go out and vote. It's so vital. I'm begging you to vote. You know, you exercise it. Right? I would like for you to vote for me. Don't get me wrong.
I know that's right.
But I want you voting. I want you exercising. I want, Liberty, Chatham, CD1 to send a message to our Republican friends and to Democrats as well, is that we're going to vote. And so we matter. And the next thing I'll say is that I hear a lot of, well, Richard, you can't work with Republicans. You can't do this. You can't do that. And I want to tell all young people to never, ever, ever let someone else's failures become yours. Never let anybody put their failures on you. All right, you can do it. If you're out here struggling, you can pass that exam, but you got to roll in school. Okay. Right? You can start that business, right? But you got to lay the foundation for that business. You can do whatever you dream of doing when there's hard work and prayer with it. And so, next time somebody tells you that you can't do something, let them know that Lieutenant Governor Wright told me that I can do it.
Yes, sir.
And that's how I leave on that note.
Thank you, LT.
Appreciate it.
Kings and queens, I just got to say this. You do know you got to May 19th to vote. Don't forget to go to the polls. Right now it's early voting, so you don't even have to know what poll it is. You just see one open, you can go in and vote. You don't have to go to any designated area.
Midway
Yes.
and Hinesville.
Yes, you can find those locations. Get up, get out, and vote. Research the people. Do your due diligence. And for encouragement, I say this. Guys, life is literally what you make it.
Amen.
And I think that a lot of people have forgotten that. Just because we have so much things, we're so filled with information coming from different areas, other people's lives, expectations, and all of this, right? That you forget to form your own opinion. That you forget to think critically about your situation because you're so involved with everybody else. You need to take time to yourself and understand exactly what's going on. We need to be together. We need our community to work with us and for us. Continue to push forward. Don't forget who you are. Don't get caught up in the hype. Get caught in reality. I'm out.